Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am here this evening. I must say, I usually get excited when I'm having shows, but this is not one of my most excited show. Reason being, I'm gonna be interviewing a buddy of mine, as you all know, because I put it out there. But before we get into the whole deal, I'm gonna ask you guys to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Turn your notification bell on so that when we're live, you'll get an alert. For those who on that are on Facebook, I'm gonna ask you guys to just share this with somebody because we have a very great story to tell this evening. In our midst tonight, we will have no other than a friend of mine, Alton Rowe, and his beautiful wife will join us in a minute. Guys, I grew up in Mandeville, and this guy that I'm about to talk to is it's dear to my heart because I know him to be famous, very, very famous. No, many people know him. He had contributed immensely to many people's life, especially if you have a desire to drive. I remember if you're from Mandeville at all, you would know the Royal family because that's what they specialize in. Without any further ado, I'm gonna bring in the guests this evening, and with us we'll have a nurse because I was trying to get a doctor who could speak to what's going on, but at such short notice it was basically impossible. So I have Nurse Joan with us this evening. So there we are. Good evening, Miss Aurora.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mrs. Aurora.
Good evening.
Good evening, Nurse Joan. How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Guys, I'm not gonna linger with this. I'm gonna get into the meat of the matter and ask Miss Aurora to tell us a life story. But Sarah, raised in
Yes, boss.
Mandeville. I remember you from back in the days we used to go DC together.
Yes, sir.
So tell us, you are from Mandeville. We're not gonna go into the whole story because I remember you went to DC, right?
Yeah, man. I'm a class of '89.
Class of 89. So tell me, early life, how many siblings you have?
Uh, um, well, I have seven boys and one girl, and we
Oh,
lost
great.
two.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember. I remember that. I remember that too. I'm trying to go not too deep or too far back. But growing up in school, what type going to school, DC, and even before, what type of person were you as it relates to activities? Were you involved in any
I
sport of any type or anything?
I was a very fat boy, and 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 I still love football and cricket because I
Okay.
watch it regularly. But I went to almost every school in Mandeville
How you explain that?
because my daddy let me do like 1 year. Let me name out some. I went to West
Yeah.
Indies College. I went to Villa Road. I went to Mandeville School. I went to St. Paul's. I went to Belfield. And I went to Decatur, just to name a few.
Oh, yeah, man. I work in Alcan alongside your father too, so I get to know him very, 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 very well. So you were very much rounded, and at a very early age, you start driving at an early age. You're
Yeah.
famous for
I start teaching people to drive from 90,
no, me
from
no
just
want to know when you
Decatur
start
College.
teach. Me want to know when you start
Oh,
drive.
well, daddy, as kid, daddy used to give us each like one drive from point A to point B, as from small tender age,
Oh wow.
very tender. From we coming from Angler days and Escort days.
Yes, 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 yes. And the reason why I asked that, because I know you were very much famous for that, and I'm pretty sure you have your beautiful wife with you. You've been married for quite some time, right?
Yeah, this year 28 years.
28 years. Do I know, man?
Yes, man.
I,
I follow, I follow my,
I don't know.
Congratulations on that.
I don't know if I'm married for 28 days. But anyways, keep up the good work. But so you've been involved in the driving space for some while, and you taught many people how to drive. And I'm pretty sure that
yeah,
impact.
man.
I said that. Yeah, go ahead. Tell me about it.
From when I graduated from the college 1989, my father was at Alcan. So you
Mm-hmm.
know, Alcan did have three shifts. I
Mm-hmm.
got 2 or 3 shifts, 8 to 4,
Three.
4 to
Yeah, man.
12, 12 to 8, three
Right,
shifts.
right, right.
So like when I'm doing the day shifts now, and me have to do the driving school.
Have you ever worked anywhere else besides teaching people to drive?
No, never, never.
That's the only job
Yeah,
ever.
that's my only job. A driving
Oh
school
my,
instructor.
oh my God! And I know you did that very well because you were very much famous in Mandel for that. But life changed after that.
Well, life just changed for just in 2 years now
Oh, in 2 years,
because
into
I was into every K that you can think about, the 10Ks, the 5Ks in Mandeville, all of them
you
attend because
participated.
yeah, because I was in a walking group named Lift Me Up Walk Group in Mandeville, and me leave, me come out of the bed like 4 o'clock Monday to Friday to go do a 6 mile with the group.
Wow, wow! I didn't
Yeah,
know
man.
that they have such group in Mandeville. So you're a pretty much active person.
Very much active. Me active till when I'm time my wife say wonder if she feel away because she every time I encourage her to come walking, she say she not coming. So I'm nasty at the bed because me even go as far as not eating meat.
Right, 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 right. Whoa, wow.
Me go like about 4 years not eating meat.
Oh,
Mm.
So I practice such try to practice such a healthy lifestyle. So I don't know what to say about what is happening now.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you this. 2 years ago, your life has changed. How did you get to that change? What happened? Why? Before you go, before me even get to that, how many kids you have? I'm curious about that.
I have two boys,
Okay, two boys.
Alton the third and Algie.
Oh, okay, okay, fine.
They
Okay,
live in Hartford. They live in Hartford, Connecticut.
okay, okay. So you never know how to get the girl.
Well, true, daddy did go 7 boys before he get a girl. Me never wanted a chance.
Now no, we can't get a girl.
And I know we can't get no girl because I have my boys on that shack and give me 4 grandboys.
oh,
Wow.
wow.
One have 3 boys and one have one.
Okay, so
So,
those
yeah,
are the
so
kids in the background there, right?
right.
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 So 2 years ago, your life has changed. What led you? What was the first sign, or what was the first symptoms that
Okay.
you recognized that would have?
Actually, in October of 2021,
Hmm.
I met in a bicycle incident where I,
Okay.
I was cycling just for fitness purpose. I went to America, buy a bicycle racer, buy a helmet, bring down to Jamaica just for exercising purpose. And the third morning of the exercise, I was hit off the cycle,
Wow.
Oh,
and that's where it started. It's like after that, I've been seeing doctors upon doctors. No, in 2022,
Hmm.
I was at a car wash
Hmm.
washing my car, and I realized my hand can't move like normal. So I didn't take it that deep. I came home, said to my wife,
Hmm.
when I went to shower, I realized I can't do certain things that I used to do. And now my wife realized that I'm losing muscles in my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
So going to the doctor now, um, they send me to do MRIs, multiple MRIs,
Mm-hmm.
and everything come back. They send me to what the doctor
Mm-hmm. Neurologist.
they
Not
send me
no,
to
not the
they send
neurologist.
me to
Rheumatologist.
rheumatologist,
Neurosurgeon.
neurosurgeon,
And you were seeing a pain
and I was
specialist.
seen as pain specialist, and nobody can come to what the problem is. But funny enough, I have a good doctor friend, and he said to me one day at the depot, because he met in an accident, and there was a physio. His physio was there with him, and when he was telling the physiotherapist what is happening to me, the physiotherapist said, Mr. Rowe, I think you need to do a nerves conduction test. And those tests in Jamaica would run you about, for the two tests to know if you're to diagnose with what I have, you'd have to do a muscle test and
That's a test.
a muscle a muscle thing and a nerves conduction test. And those would run you about 300,000.
Wow.
So what happened now? My wife was in Canada for about 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
But when she was away, trust me, Mr. Sutherland, I was actually freaking out because I could hardly bathe myself. I could hardly do a lot of things. But
Mm-hmm.
I was following up with the doctors still. When my wife came home and I was bringing a cup of tea to my wife, and my wife see my condition, she couldn't believe.
Wow.
So she called my sons and say, listen, on a book one ticket for daddy because we have to come up. But in all things, you have to give God thanks
Yes.
because God work it out in a way where nothing ever go wrong with the trip. So
Mm-hmm.
we went to the doctor in Kingston. She had me. I had done a MRI on my. She wanted me to do an MRI on my shoulder and my hand and down at my hand here, but they only did it on my shoulder. And each MRI costs between 50 to 65,000.
Wow.
And when we went back to the doctor with the result, the doctor said, she tell them to do it on my shoulder and my hand, so I have to go back to do it on my hand. And my wife said, no man, something wrong. So my wife said, let's go overseas.
Mm-hmm.
To be exact, now we in May, March of this year would make one full year. So
Mm-hmm.
when we went overseas, you know how man feared a doctor. I was trying to chicken out not to go to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm. 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 Your phone cut out. What happened? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Something is wrong when I hear you. Yeah. You're checking out. You don't
Hello?
want to go to the doctor. Yeah. You're
Hello?
checking out. You don't
Yeah.
want to go to the doctor. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they don't want to go to the doctor because typical man.
Mm-hmm.
And we end up at the St. Francis Hospital in Hartford, Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went there, I can testify to people that America take care of people health.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when I went into the emergency room, they asked me, well, my pressure was very high because I travel with massive pressure.
Okay.
When they do a MRI, no, when they did a brain scan and a scan on my belly, they asked me to lift my hands like this, and if you notice, I can't lift my hand now.
Right. Right. Right.
The doctor said to me that Mr. Rowe, a neurologist, a
Neurologist.
neurologist will be at your bed tomorrow morning. And I can remember that 5:30 in the morning there was one at my bed.
Mhm.
So but that one was that the lady was not the original doctor.
Mhm.
So when the original doctor came, he he um he did multiple tests.
Mhm.
He did the nerves conduction test, he did the muscle test, he did a over a MRI. And but funny enough, let me get this part in first
Mhm.
before I reach there. When I went to my doctor in Jamaica, the doctors asked me to do certain things, and the doctor, as to a Jamaican would answer, in cocky 10, and
Mhm.
say, Mr. Rowe, Uncle God one can help you.
Wow.
Wow.
So hold on there. So you not get scared at that time.
No, I'm not easily scared because at that time I did not scare. My
Mm.
wife said to me, Daddy, we're going to a fasting.
Mhm.
And the devil tried not to do everything for me over the fasting.
Mhm.
And we reached to the fasting 4 o'clock.
Mhm.
And when I went in the fasting, I said, God, if you put doctor on earth for sick, I'm the God the doctor. And he said, only you can help me. What better prescription could a doctor give a
Wow.
sick person?
Wow.
And then it's right there. I know I give back my heart to the Lord.
Yes.
So it was after that now when we go to America.
Mhm.
And when the doctor come at my bedside Wednesday morning and said, Mr. Rowe, I'm so sorry you're diagnosed with ALS.
Mhm.
Me not even know one name ALS, brother.
So that's the
But
first time you ever hear that word.
I there was a footballer, Luton Shelton,
Right.
who who had it, and I I watched the story of his I watch a story just like what you're doing for me now
Right.
on
Mhm.
on TV, and it brings tears to my eyes. Trust me,
Mhm.
and it take away his speech, it take away everything from him.
Mhm.
And when they tell me in the morning, I didn't get scared all no because when when the doctor that diagnosed me, my wife said to the doctor, said, Doc, out of ALS and cancer, which one is worse? And the doctor turned away his head because the doctor know that ALS in some way is worse than cancer. Because cancer, you can get treatment, and there's nothing for ALS.
Well, I never sorrow. Well, I never sorrow. Let me just acknowledge Garfield, Angie, Alvin, uh, Danbury, Peter Gay, Bashment, Jennifer, Marcia. Oh God, there's a lot of names. Janet and some others. I can't go through all the names, but guys,
And
Carl
Mr. Rowe,
Cross.
Mr. Rowe is on the program, man. Mr. Rowe is on the program.
I have a question.
It's just a lot. I can't acknowledge it. But let me ask your wife this question. When you came from Canada, what you saw that makes you so scared and to some point I thought he told me the story where he thought you cried or something like that. What you saw?
All right. First of all, let me just backtrack a bit as
Hmm.
to the reason for me to be at Canada. Um, well, I am a teacher,
Okay.
and at the time I was working as a teacher before I went to Canada. But for some strange reason, I wasn't happy because he and I we were doing physiotherapy at the same time because I had broken my nose and
Hmm.
I strained myself, so I was in serious pain. So I had to do physiotherapy. He was doing physiotherapy at the time, and when I completed my therapy, I was feeling much better. but he wasn't feeling better.
Mhm.
So, you know, teaching is a stressful job. So, leaving from a stressful work environment to come back home too stressed with a husband that's complaining for pain and all of that, it was really getting to me because I was like thinking, it can't be so bad. Like, I think I was in denial to
Mhm.
say, this man is spoiled. You need to get over it. Like, get better. Stop complaining. Maybe it's just minor, you know, because I really didn't know what was happening. So I
Mhm.
was really sad. I was a very sad individual
Mhm.
walking around. So I wanted a way out to get some fresh air, to get my mental together. I needed a break.
Mhm.
And so I prayed. I shared it with one person, one of his family member. I shared it with.
Mhm.
I told her my guts, like I really need a break because this is what is happening. And 2 weeks before school reopened, I got this job opportunity in Canada, and I took it without a doubt. I just
Because
grabbed
that
it
was your break. That was your
because
break.
that I felt like that was my break.
Yeah.
He needed a break from me to get over, his thing.
Come on, go get your mental
So
together.
yeah, so when I was in Canada, I said to him, Ali, you need to go to America to your son so that you could go to the doctor, get yourself sorted out. Of course, he went to America, but he was too scared to go to the doctor. I wasn't there to propel him.
Mhm.
Anyway, he left America and he came to Canada to visit with me. Then went back to Jamaica for Christmas. I was like, no, don't go to Jamaica for Christmas because I'm not gonna be there for Christmas, and your loan is gonna be there. He came back to Jamaica and he was under my skin. You need to come home. You need to come home. I did come home a little earlier than I should. And when I came back and I saw my husband, I was floored. Floored. No reality tipping, and I realized that something is really, really wrong. He was seeing a new doctor, somebody I didn't know. And I remember one morning at 7 o'clock in the morning, the doctor called to say, Mr. Rowe, I had ordered a colonoscopy and an endoscopy for you. You need to get them done because there is a cancer in your body and we have to find it. That was the first time in many years I'd have seen my husband crying.
Hmm.
He cried. Both of us laid in the bed and we were torn to pieces. Mind you, we live, only both of us live. We only have each other in this house. And we pulled it together and we called the doctor and, we told her out, like, this is not how you speak to a patient. Like, at this time of the morning, this is what you're going to call and say.
How you say it that like that? That don't make no sense. Wow.
Right, right. Anyways, um, she had us seen a rheumatologist, a neurosurgeon first. And when he saw all the MRIs and all those testings, he said, uh, there is nothing, he's seeing nothing there that
concerning.
concerns him, you know. So we were referred now to a rheumatologist. So while seeing her, she, as I said, as he said, she requested numerous other MRIs and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah, so let me ask you this though. With all these MRIs and everything that you are talking about, um, financially, how you guys deal with the financial
can I
part
tell
of
you?
it?
So let me
uh,
tell you, I can tell you that for sure that every single penny that I would have earned while in Canada went to the doctors. and our bank account was already depleted because I would have broken my nose. So I had my own share of medical issues. I had to do surgery and all of that. And then him back and forth from the car accident because he was feeling really bad pains all over his body. Holy pain. So financially, it really took us, put a strain on us. But in everything, we still have to give God thanks because God made a way. When sometimes when it seemed like there was no way, He actually made a way
Mhm.
for us.
So,
And
so do you have like friends and family that run to your support financially?
we have very good, well, Zaro have very good friends who understands and knows who he is, and that, because mind you, now I am unemployed. I am employed
Both
to
of
Ali,
us.
so I, 'cause I have to be here doing, well, 95% of everything for him. I have to
You,
do for him.
last year I was in Jamaica and he came by the house. He drove a little car, a little white car. Remember, we were cutting here underneath the little thing. You remember? Under the
I
gas,
remember.
right? We were cutting here under the gas, and him said to me, "Say that time I think he was driving, and he was like, 'The sick man, me sick for true,' but I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. And I must tell you that it was when I saw him last week that I really, really, really see the difference because I were trying to use his phone and his hand couldn't leave from his side. And he went on to tell me a few days ago about he fell. Tell us about the part where you fall.
Well, funny enough, Mr. Sutherland, I was falling before this fall because I have about 6 falls where
Mm.
it's life threatening, but I did not know that maybe it was the sickness was coming on.
Well, tell me about your first fall then.
All right, my first fall was Saturday morning. We do seafood from the house,
Hmm.
and I always go to the market um on Saturdays and supermarket for wifey. So I was uptown and was moving fast. Me say me buck me toe that yo brother, me drop straight for my face.
Uh,
And and the second one was me have some dog where give me trouble. Sorry to talk this over the media,
That
because
man,
dogs are very important creatures.
the American.
Me say Mr. Sutherland, me go talk in a patois now.
Yeah, man.
Me take up one big stone
Uh-huh.
and fling out a one dog and the same height where the stone go up in the air and I was behind the stone.
Oh,
And when me drop, me tear the ligament in my leg. And
mm-mm.
then since that now, me make a third drop on my house side. Me make a fourth drop. Me get 2 drop in America last year
Wow.
in the mall.
But
so I have a
the
question.
most recent one.
The
The most
most recent one, is was 4 night,
3 nights ago.
3 nights ago. I went up my staircase and I don't know if when I come back down my muscles were weak. So I went in the kitchen to get a bottle of water. And when we reached in the dining room,
Mhm,
my toe just touched the mat and it dropped straight from my face and lit my head.
mhm. Wow.
So
Because the thing about
are you having upper and lower body at the same time? Like your hands and your feet are not operating, or
no,
it do
no,
the lower body first and then the upper body?
no,
No,
well,
it started out with his hands
the
and his
upper body.
It
shoulders,
started with the upper
and now
body and
Start with
then
now
the
you
upper
his
body.
hips are getting very weak.
okay.
Because without your muscles up top. And
Right.
you remember, as you're gonna fall, you're gonna use your hands to balance.
Right.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So my hands can't move like that. So I always get a bad fall.
Right. So you fall and like I think your wife wasn't close by or something like that at the time. Was
No,
it that?
no, no, she
I
wasn't.
remember the worst one was when
It
we came from the doctor. Like we stepped out of the doctor's office right there at Hargreaves, and he fell. That was the worst one. He fell and got the
bust my
chop
face.
right here. His glasses broke, and he got a big chop that he had to get stitches right here,
Mm.
and it was right in front of me. Right, because I am so alert that like I would have I would dream seeing him falling so many times. Like I'm always trying to, to be there to protect him, right? I'm always expecting him to fall. So I really don't like when he moves and go anywhere by himself. So I'm
Okay. Good.
always trying to be next to
And
him. But the other night when he fell, I was in another room and he got up and went there only to hear the commotion, and
He doesn't
I
use a
have to go
device.
out and I have to
pardon
go
me?
out and get. Sorry,
He doesn't use a walker or a cane or,
No,
he's not able
remember
to
your hands.
manipulate it
oh, because he
because
can't.
he needs the
Right.
muscle
Right.
to,
Okay.
Go
Okay.
ahead,
Um,
nurse, with whatever question that you have for him.
Well,
Because
I
what
was just,
happened is that the nurse will ask a question so that the appropriate question so that you can help people to aware of the symptoms that you're dealing
okay,
with. So go ahead with the
okay.
question.
so my question was just the upper body and the lower body is affected at the same time or one more than the other?
No, it started in the upper body.
And this way you can't balance or use your hand to protect yourself.
Right, right.
So you're going to go
And
down.
then now it start with my legs
Okay.
because I can't do no stairs
No,
Wow.
because
because I have to turn my the back of the house where I walk to come in. I have to turn the steps into ramp.
Wow. Wow.
yeah,
so
we have
are
to
you in a
make him.
wheelchair now or
No, when if not, I don't want to say not yet, but
not yet?
I'm so scared of wheelchair that even when I see somebody in wheelchair, is like I'm going in depression.
Right.
Oh,
'Cause-
wow.
Trust me. So that is why when I spoke to Mr. Sutherland the other day, I want to do a cruise, but I was saying to him, they have things for people like me, and I
is it
see
wheelchair
where
I felt
compatible?
it when you said that. I
and
felt
he
when
said,
you said that. But
yeah, and he said no.
I think you let me tell you this though. I think you should do the cruise next year, and I will contribute my first $100 to your cruise this evening, followed by a few more. So check out the cruise that you wanna do, and
You,
together we'll
you,
make it happen.
you know, funny enough, I book it for September.
You know, okay.
I book it for September because look here. Funny enough, I can talk like this. When I just get diagnosed, I was so scared of certain things because I made mistake and read up on it one time and I would never do it again. But the way how I see this is moving, I think I have to try and enjoy myself. No, I can't wait too long because we don't know what is gonna happen.
Yes, because the thing is, what years ago when we were younger, he would always talk about cruise, and because he had a friend who used to work on a cruise ship,
Mhm.
and he was always interested in going on a cruise ship, you know. But I was never ever interested. Reason being of the movie,
Titanic.
Titanic.
Titanic. Yes, yes, and I'm not a water person, so I was never interested. But it's something that is on his bucket list, and trust me, I really and truly want him to live the dream, and so I have made up my mind. I've
Mm.
made up my mind, and because I really want him to, do things to
Experience.
make him happy. I try my best, to do whatever that will make him happy,
Hmm.
Because right now it's like we're renovating the whole house because we have to be putting in different infrastructures, doing everything to accommodate him,
Right.
for things to be easier and stuff like that. And with the cruise, we don't want to wait much longer because his physical body is deteriorating, and it seems as if it's happening so fast.
Mm.
Even though the medication that he's on is supposed to slow it down, but boy, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
But but
I
but
don't.
I notice he maintain a high spirit, and I'm trying to figure out where you get the high spirit from, given the fact that you're going through all this.
All right.
Mhm.
Firstly, once you are a child of God,
Hmm.
you don't have to have fear,
Mm.
and you have to serve God in spirit and in truth.
In truth,
And
yes.
and secondly, my beautiful wife,
Oh.
trust me,
Mhm.
she made me happy and my family
Wow.
because since this sickness and my family is so emotional. I have to
Mhm.
lift my caps. I don't want to call no name because I don't want nobody get jealous. But my family and I really have some good friends. And I would say, if you don't have no support system when you're going through certain things, that is where you're gonna be in
Yeah.
problem.
Right, right.
Mhm.
So it's a support system that keep you up, that keep up that high spirit
Yeah,
that you have.
yeah,
Wow, wow,
yeah,
wow. I noticed
yeah.
that because you had keep a party a couple weeks
No,
ago.
it's not really a party. It's I always instead of asking people for help, I always do a cookout,
Okay.
like a fundraising cookout.
Oh, to
Mhm.
support.
Yeah, like fish and you name it,
Mm.
and people will come and support and that is a number one
Mhm.
So,
priority.
so you do
But
that once a year,
no, it has 3 times a year, 4 times.
3 times a
Mhm.
year. Huh? What
Mhm.
you say? What Mr. Ross said?
I don't think it's four
Yes, remember
times.
we did it 2 times here, um,
Last year it was.
in close,
Oh well,
and the one at Bonito Crescent, and now
maybe
this one.
three times.
Yeah, so I'm planning on doing one soon again.
Okay, so you let us know so that we can buy my food. I probably am not be will not be able to eat it, but I will
Well,
make sure.
that is what a lot of people do. A lot of people
Even though they're not
send
here,
their donation
support.
and support.
Okay,
Well, that's
so
good.
so
That's
so
important.
you don't have to, but is there like a number that people can reach out to you and say, why if persons want to contribute something to you, would they
Uh,
do it? I mean, no, you're not begging nobody nothing, but how you do it if somebody want to.
Three five two 876 352 8300.
352-8300.
Yeah.
8300. So, guys, for whoever want to listen to the story, I want to support one of it's a
Yeah,
real cookout. Um, 876
go and interview. Hold it.
8300 is how you could reach and make a purchase. I guess there is some option, Zelle option or something. You have for persons overseas, how they contribute to this to that.
Uh,
Well,
Zell could be an option
Zelle could be an
because
option.
that's where our children live overseas.
Okay. I'm glad for that because that's what I'm gonna use and I'm gonna collect that Zelle number off the ear. So whoever interested can call you and get that Zelle number so that they can sell something to the kids so that the kid can send to you. And I think that's a route I'm gonna take. So I will sell the number after I get to you. But Nurse Johnny, you wanna ask anything any other medical question that would
Um,
all people to
as-
aware.
just do you use any other? You have a wheelchair at
No, he
home?
said no before. He said no.
No,
So
no,
how,
not
how
no.
are how are you going up and down? You just it's like a ramp. You're just walking up. I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
well,
picture myself.
for now, I can manage to come up the ramp
So you're still
and
you
go
don't.
down.
Okay, so no more falls. I'm just thinking. I'm worried about you falling and breaking something.
I know
I,
that's
I worry about falling to die
Is oh, then we won't say that.
because
We won't say that.
this chair now, um, this chair now, I use this chair because if I sit low, I cannot get up. Even when
Okay.
I fall, if nobody is there to take me up, I would have to stay there until a passerby come.
oh wow.
Because even with the chairs the other day, I have to double the cushions and all those things to get up. But with this chair now, this is a chair that I sit in at the house, so I can recline it to take me right out
Into a
Mm.
standing position.
into standing position.
Okay.
Okay. So the
Right.
chair is
Yeah.
is what you use.
Yeah.
Yes. This chair is because it's been many many months.
Mhm.
He hasn't been he's not able to sit in the sofa, and he's a man that loves to watch his games and stuff.
Mm,
So, he'd always have to sit in a taller chair that was not very comfortable, and sometimes I would still have to help him to get up out of it. So this chair, if he feels like laying down, he can recline, and then his legs now are they tend to get swollen very easily.
okay.
So
Mm.
with this chair, he can actually elevate them,
Okay.
and
Okay.
then I won't have to help him to get up
Right.
from
Right.
this
Right.
chair because it actually tilts him out and
Puts them in a
into a
standing
standing
position.
So,
position. Yes.
How
Mrs.
about
Kerr.
medication? How
Yeah.
about medication? What kind of medicine are you
Oh
taking?
well,
Uh, um, um,
it's the Rylotech or Rylazole. It's funny how you ask because and that's not really in Jamaica. So normally every 3 months you'd have to go overseas to get it. But
Okay.
this trimester, the pharmacy actually called my son and sent a refill. God's good. So we
Mm-hmm.
didn't have to think about going overseas this time around. But I can't
They'll
let him
ship
alone,
it.
so I'll have to go with him. And I
Right.
can't go by myself because he
Right.
has to go to get assessed first. The other day, a pharmacist, his wife, told me to ask her husband about the medication. And when I called and I asked, he said he actually brought it in once and then he sent me the receipt for how much it would cost. So 57 of that same medication because he has to take two a day. So it's 60 for each month.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 month would cost $128,000 and some change out here.
Jamaican dollar every month.
128,000 Jamaican. Let's say 130,000 Jamaican dollars
For medication
every month.
monthly. So oh wow. And so
Mm.
Yeah.
you offset these medical bills by having cookout and party and stuff. Cookouts you
By,
call it.
by yeah, by having cookouts and the kids will help, you know.
So let me ask you this though, Mrs. Ward. Uh, to see your husband go through this, tell me some of the emotional pressure that you have to deal with. How you maintain this?
Ah,
How you
boy.
cope? How you cope?
Stressful.
I'm gonna say something and trust me. Sometimes I don't even know what took place a couple of hours ago or
a minute ago.
yesterday or a minute ago. As I never even look at it the way you look at it, Sir Sutherland, to say Ali is physically weaker but mentally stronger. Because trust me, I feel like I am mentally weaker.
Wow.
Mm.
He has to remind me constantly of, maybe if I'm driving, he remind me that's where you're going, Neve.
So it's like you like space out at
Sometimes
times.
I zone out, man. Space out. Space out. I might say something I may not even remember say that me did say. Or I just don't know. I just don't know. It's really, really rough. Like sometimes I don't even know where to focus my thoughts, in
Wow.
which direction to put it. I don't want to
Mhm.
put it on him. I don't want to put it on the future. I don't want to put it at what might happen, what will happen. Sometimes I don't know. I don't want to put it at myself to say, what should I do? I don't know if you understand. I'm really in a very difficult.
It's difficult. So
It's
I know that's for
difficult.
sure.
what your
For
support
sure.
system is like? What your support system is like? Do you have friends and family that support you so that you can support him, or the support is from him?
I have a handful of friends, just one handful,
Hmm.
and he has hands and feet and
Yeah,
head
I
and
know that.
everywhere, and they are in my corner. They are good. They are good.
Mm,
Mm.
wow,
They're good.
wow. Man, I can't wait to
And you
hear you
see,
guys working together.
I can't even leave out my grandchildren. Like when I see them, it's like I don't have any problems when I see them, and especially the first one, because he chats, he talks a lot. Like he's able to talk
Hmm.
because he's the older one. He's able to talk. The others they don't really verbal as yet because they're pretty young. So he'll talk and he'll do funny stuff and make me laugh and stuff. Like whenever I have a conversation with AJ, like I don't remember, so I have no problem at all. Yes, and
Hmm.
Ali's sister. I'm not gonna leave her out. I must call her name Stephanie. Like Stephanie is a person who I believe she knows how to fix something. She's so good at it because she's a person that will randomly send a note
With a kind word.
with kind words. Like, trust me, she does the darnest things
Mm.
for you to just,
Press the arrow.
Mm.
Oh, it,
uh,
it, it's.
yeah, yeah, yes, I do have friends like those.
Hmm.
Um, Former co-workers. I have persons, church from church family. I have a good support system from
Right, right.
friends and family. Like,
I
yeah.
know because it's when I decide to bring you guys on and I put it out there. There's just many people that reach out to me. Can't wait for this moment, to hear your story. It is indeed a rough journey, but you have to maintain the strength. And I can tell you, with the best of my ability, I will support you guys. Um, I will support you guys. I mean, and I'm just not saying it. I will support you guys with the best of my ability.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Thanks in advance.
I'm gonna after the show. I'm gonna take the Zelle number and I will tell you guys something. And for those who want to do that, you could always reach out to Mr. Ali Alton Rowe at 352-8300. That's 876-352-8300.
Mr. Sutherland,
Yes, sir.
a lot of people know me as Fat Puss.
Yes, man. Yes, man. Yeah, man. How we are say Ali, fat puss, Wally Pani, man. How we are talking, man. Remember Ali.
Hey, I was in church and the pastor preaching,
Uh-huh.
and the pastor deep in the preaching and said, "No true, brother Fat Puss." It was fun, man, and I just want to say something before we depart. I would like to just tell people to appreciate life
Mm,
and
Mhm.
make use of your when you're healthy.
mhm.
Because if I didn't do that, maybe that would send me under depression. Because I've been living some. I always like to enjoy life with my family a lot. Go to hotel in Jamaica till people see we and ask which country we're from and all those things. And
Mhm.
now I see life just make one U-turn.
Mhm.
If you put a plate of food in front of me right now, maybe I would have to just use my eyes to eat it. But if I should use my hands, it's gonna be hard.
So
If I should do certain things now,
So do you have to be fed or you can't feed
yeah, my
yourself?
wife have to feed me.
You have to feed
My
you.
wife, all right. This might sound funny, and I'm talking it just as it is.
Hmm.
If I like to stay home because when you put the food in front of me, if me have to eat like a dog to be comfortable, I just eat like a dog and be comfortable. But when I'm in at when I go out, even last week, my wife have to feed me.
Hmm.
If I must
So
have
we
to,
no longer go out to
we
eat
don't
like
I
that.
don't like it because
As
um and what I'm trying to do now is to order the ALS utensils, like some fork with turn in a sound
Hmm.
different weight and some straw with long and all of
Yeah.
those things. Some toothbrush with long and then thing there because everything is a challenge right now. So make use of your time, guys, because life have sour to throw at you and it have sweet.
Mm.
But I don't feel less than nobody because I just stay in my comfort zone and give God thanks.
So like I know like when you're in the public space, a lot of people would walk up to you. I even myself did it, in shock and in sympathy. How does that make you feel though? When
It
people
it
sympathy.
it only make me feel like a next person feel my what I'm going through.
Also, you
Mm.
don't feel like it don't
If
it
I,
trigger.
it
depends.
depends. It
It
depends
depends on what
because
they ask.
this lady saw me the other day and asked me if I start make preparation yet. And when I said for
Oh,
what, she said if I start make preparation for my funeral.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Just la- just
Yeah,
last week.
not
Just last week, a
oh,
gentleman looked at me and asked me, what is his lifespan? How soon do you think he'll pass?
wow. So
Yeah.
it feels like they're
Stuff
writing
like
you off,
those.
but you're still here.
they're right. A lot of people write me off. And
Yeah.
guess what now? Why I don't worry? Debt share equal. Because since I come back from America last year, I have about 40 dead people number in my phone to clear out. And it's
Wow.
people who didn't sick and people who was diagnosed with a disease. So all I can tell my listeners and my friends and my family is to do good with your soul because a lot of people not gonna be like me who get time to change my life and find God in my right mind. Some people will just go by an accident, by a gunshot, by a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here just building a relationship with my God.
Wow.
You understand?
Wow.
Yes.
So people out there, like, you feel like you're losing your muscles, and things are going in the wrong direction, and the doctors can't help you. Maybe it is what I'm going through, but you don't have the money to get diagnosed with it. With the tablets
So
now, nurse, um,
you're not having any respiratory
with the
problems.
tablets, no, no.
Okay.
The doctor said it will reach to that, but not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
It's funny how you
We
ask that question because the neurologist is encouraging us to
Mm-hmm.
go
go
overseas to
overseas.
live because what he's saying is that his breathing will get bad to the point where he'll need the
A
the
respirator
the
to help
respirator.
them breathe. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
You have to come back.
and that is something that that's something that's not easily accessible, you know,
Yeah. Right.
especially here in Jamaica. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so those are some of the things that the doctors, well, the neurologist is trying to say to us. But we are still hopeful
So
and we're still trusting in God.
it's
I must
2
share this
years.
too.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
I must share this too. It's going into 2 years, but I was diagnosed 1 year and couple months, and I even stopped taking the tablets, and I end up, my father, who never dreamed to me and cussed me, said, "I must take the tablets." But what my doctor is saying, Mr. Rowe, take your tablets, because you don't know, if you wasn't taking the tablets, what would happen to you.
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
when I look between the lines, I can understand what she's trying to say. So maybe if I wasn't taking the tablet, everything would get worse faster than how it is going. But
Right. Mm-hmm. But it's slowing the
I'm just,
progression.
yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
probably will slow it down. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, I don't
Yeah.
want to be here feeling you know, pouring out my emotions and acting like, so I don't want to do the sympathy thing, but I'm telling you, um, I'm touched, I'm moved, I'm affected. I don't know the words because I mean, ever since I saw you, it's just, I don't think an hour go past that I don't think about you. And
Oh wow.
with, I'm gonna continue to pray for you, man. And
Mhm.
and I'm pretty sure your the listeners are doing the same. But I must say, be strong, be strong,
Thank
continue
you,
to be
sir.
strong, continue to be strong. And it's good that we have a program like this where we could actually uh, get the opportunity to express yourself, and it's on tape. It's gonna be there for years and years and years to come. So people
Yes.
can always
Years to come.
access it. But I like what you said. You said, people must live, and that's part of what I tried to do, even though it is interpret differently. When I try
Yeah.
to exalt, you always tell me, even before you get sick, you always tell. I remember you called me one time. You said to yourself, "Right, you just love how me live.
Yes,
You
man.
know, you love it." And I'm saying that because I choose that lifestyle because I want to tell people that, look here, you don't know what tomorrow may bring.
You don't know
If
what deceive. You don't know what a minute from now may bring.
right. So,
A
you
minute.
just live your life, just enjoy. So if you get the opportunity to sit and look back and not be able to do the things that you used to do, at least you can say to yourself, I've done it.
I've done it.
I've
I've
done it.
Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
So and that's the space I try to put myself in. Like I said, many misinterpret it, think that it's just extra show off. But the intent and purpose of me displaying the things that I do is to encourage people. And
The thing about it, the thing
go ahead.
about it, Mr. Sutherland, if you bring yourself dirty, people will talk. And if you bring yourself clean, people is going to talk. So make them talk about the clean and the dress up and the lie down in the jacuzzi and all those things. And all those
You have
things. Uh,
to. You always talk about that jacuzzi.
oh my God. Oh my God.
But I must say, you have a great wife. I get the pleasure of meeting her in person, but for many years,
Yeah.
you talk to people and they say, "You ever see that wife yet? He married one girl. I want to speak. Girl, he married you know." So
As
I
you
never,
well.
yes,
True.
I
Absolutely.
always hear people talk about the beauty of your wife. And
Yes.
I come to realize that she's not only physically beautiful, she's internally beautiful as well. And
Very much.
you are reaping the benefit of her inner beauty, you know.
Yeah. You know,
And all I
thank you,
can
sir.
say, sis, is just continue to do the work, the good work. And
Hmm.
like I said, my number is there at your disposal. Use it anytime.
No problem,
Use
sir.
it
Thank you.
and I
No
must
problem.
say thank you for taking time away from what you guys had to do and share your story. This is not
It's a
about
Right.
pleasure.
this program for me. It's about people hearing your story. You know what
Yes,
I'm saying?
sir.
That's what it is for me. And so that we can straighten you. And I think we're going to support you for your cruise. Need to go on your cruise. So
Thank you
tell
very.
me what islands you going to, Mr. Sura? Tell me.
Yeah.
Well, we can't do anything long. So I think it's a three. I think it's a 4 day.
For your cruise.
4 day song.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's Caribbean islands.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
the
So
Caribbean islands and
you're born in Miami, right?
And then, yeah, yeah.
yes, board in Miami.
Okay, cool, cool, cool.
Let me thank Mr. Donald Sutherland and Mrs. Akela Sinclair for you're my
You know, but some of our
motivator.
biggest
I'm my
cheerleaders. Like
biggest cheerleader.
Oh my
those
God,
are
you
those
know,
those, those
I
are
hope
some
you're
persons.
online hearing.
Those are some
yeah, man.
people who will just call us and
Yeah,
say
man.
come eat. Those are the persons who, boy, when it comes
Yeah.
to making sure that we have a good time and that we out and we eating, it's those two
Great, great,
people.
great. And I know you guys had a good
Those
time the
two
other night,
persons. And
last week.
funny
Yes,
enough,
man. Very much
funny enough, we weren't even able to make it to their wedding because we would
for a
have
doctor.
received our invitation, but then it was right about that round about that time when we had to leave to go to America, doctor's visit for
Yeah,
him.
right,
Yes,
Okay.
right,
that's
right.
that's right in the time when he was diagnosed. Yeah.
And
Let
my
me let me tell you,
brothers.
sister, you miss a good wedding. That's all I can tell you.
Beautiful.
Well, we weren't there physically, but
Yeah.
they made sure to send us all the necessary details.
What are you saying about your brothers?
Yeah, I just want to pick up my brothers, my sister, my nieces, my nephews, my sister-in-laws, my aunts. I have some aunts that were really all the way out, some cousins.
Mm.
Just want to say thanks for the strength. And
How
if I
can you miss out the policemen,
and I have some
ex-police?
ex-police, Mr. Natty Wright and Mr. Ron Wilson and the team. Oh my God, they are so. Listen, I feel like an ex-police because those guys they look out for me. Those guys make the cookouts possible.
All the cookouts, they plan them.
They plan them.
Oh, great, great,
They
great,
look
great.
out for me. And thanks everybody. Thanks my other friends who maybe me can't remember now. I hate to call names, but thank
And
you
your
all.
Dr. Dr.
And
Howard, who
the,
comes to
yeah,
the house, he does house visits. He
yeah,
makes sure that he comes
Okay.
and
Great.
look after both him and myself, make sure that we are okay
yeah,
physically and
Well,
just to make
I'm
sure that
glad you guys have a strong support system, and
Hmm.
just keep up the good work,
yeah.
both of you. And like you said, Ali is mentally stronger. I see that. I mean, for him to to talk the way he talk and encourage the way he encourage, that shows some mental strength right there. Just keep up the good work, my brother.
I think that's what keeps you going.
Yes,
That
Yeah,
mental strength.
yeah.
Yes.
yes,
I,
yes.
I think so too.
it keeps me
Right, right.
going too sometimes. Because
And
sometimes when I
it,
break down, sometimes Alice says the
so you're
silliest
saying
things or the dumbest
so
things,
you're
and
saying if it was when you break down, if it's not for him, it could have been worse. So him support you
it could have been worse.
while it's
Yeah,
uh,
he supports me a lot because in the initial stage, I really wasn't like if it was a couple months ago, I couldn't be able to sitting and talking to you. Could not,
uh,
wouldn't be possible. I remember nights I can't fall asleep, like panic attack in the middle of the night. At that time, he was still able to drive, and he would have to take me out and drive me out. Oh, I'm talking. I used to wake up religiously between the hours of 2:30 and 3 o'clock
Yeah,
every morning. And yes, that sometimes I end up at Hargreaves. I remember one night he brought me to the public hospital, and the condition freaked me out, made the panic attack get worse. Yes. And
Hmm.
there are nights when my husband, me live facing my husband, can hold me and pray for me. Sometimes when I'm freaking out in the middle of the night, So I'm telling you, he's really very strong mentally, really very strong.
right,
You know,
right, right, right. Keep up the good work,
and
guys.
I'm
And
happy for that.
yeah,
once I can encourage anybody, once you have God and you have everything.
Amen.
And I would like to tell people, what does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul?
and lose
So
your
all
soul.
that matters to me right now is my soul. Because at the end of the day, if your soul don't find rest, you better you never born.
True, true.
So I'm encouraging
Hmm.
you both, Dennis. I'm encouraging you to give your life to God and come over. I know you love to enjoy yourself, but Christians can enjoy themselves same way because you still can drink, but you don't drink for junk.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah. You
just you
just
just drink one, and you go places same way, and you enjoy life.
yeah, 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 yeah. Well, thank you for the
And
encouragement, and just
no
continue to
problem.
keep up the good work. And text me the cell number so that I tell that thing to
No problem, Sir D. And thank you very much for having me on Sutherland TV. And I
yes, man.
hope the TV will go bigger
Yeah,
and
man.
a lot of people
Thank you.
will
Yeah, man.
will
All you
enjoy.
have to
Thank you
do
for
just
having us.
continue to share the show. You're welcome. You're welcome, Mr. Stewart. Take care and look forward to talk to you guys sometime in the week. All right.
No problem.
All
Thank you,
right.
nurse.
All right. Have a
Bless
good
you, sir.
day.
All
All
right.
right.
Bless
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right.
God,
All right.
God
Bye.
bless.
All right.
God bless you.
God bless you guys.
All
God
right.
Okay.
bless you
So,
too.
so there you have it, Mr. and Mrs. Rowe dealing with their crisis. Nurse, thank you for stopping by Sutherland TV. Show your support. It
Yes.
was indeed a pleasure. Take care of yourself.
You too.
Bye bye. Guys, this is indeed a rough one for me, but anyways, I make it happen. Um, I want you guys to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but most of all, share this story. Again, Sutherland TV, over and out.